To lose weight without starving yourself, start the one new habit that will get you there. And it actually has scientifically proven results. The struggle with losing weight isn't a mystery. In theory, losing weight is simple, but when you actually try to do it, it's hard. And yet, gaining weight is so easy, right? Let's be honest though. Most of us choose foods that taste good, but not necessarily what fuels us best. It's just too bad that foods that light up our taste buds usually have a lot of salt, sugar, unhealthy fats, and way more calories than we should be eating. It's the foods we love the most that puts the weight on. So, what does this mean when it comes to thinking about losing weight? It means we think about having to deprive ourselves of food with a starvation diet to lose weight. And I get it. The thought of being hungry all the time just to lose a few pounds feels like punishment. This is why the starvation diet doesn't work. I'm pretty sure we can agree that most people aren't in the habit of punishing themselves when it comes to food. Instead, they're in the habit of eating whatever they want, which is mostly foods that aren't whole foods. So, the one new habit most people need to start to lose weight is eat mostly whole foods. That's it. Why this works. A scientific study published in Nature Medicine showed that people lost twice as much weight by not eating ultra-processed foods and adding whole foods to their diet. This is where my own experience comes in with this, because I used to struggle with losing weight. That is, until I learned that the types of foods I was eating were making me hungrier all the time. Processed foods keep you hungry. Have you ever eaten a Big Mac meal with a Coke and an hour later you were hungry again? I have. Or has this happened to you with any other fast food, junk food like donuts and chips, or ultra-processed food like Hot Pockets, packaged meats, instant soups, or breakfast bars? This is because fast foods, junk foods, and ultra-processed foods are high in empty calories and low in nutrients. Important. Fiber and protein are two things that keep you full longer, which junk foods and most ultra-processed foods don't have. But the main reason you're hungry after eating junk and ultra-processed foods is because they spike your blood sugar in the moment but crash you later. This makes it harder to feel satisfied, which makes you crave more food and overeat. Whole foods are the key to losing weight. When you eat whole foods, you feel fuller and for longer. Why? Because whole foods have healthy fats and protein, which are satiating and help keep blood sugar levels steady. They also have more fiber, which adds volume and digests slower. This sets off satiety hormones so you don't feel hungry as much or as soon. If humans have to do something to the food to make it what it is, then it has some level of processing. Steer clear of ultra-processed foods, like the examples already mentioned, but I'll list them again here. Fast food, junk food, frozen meals, packaged meats, instant soups, or breakfast bars. Processed versus ultra-processed foods. Now, some processed foods, compared to ultra-processed, are good for nutrition and weight loss. Examples are tofu, Greek yogurt, milk and minimally processed cheese, extra virgin olive oil, nut butters, whole grain breads and bagels, whole wheat pasta, fortified whole grain cereals. Whole foods. So, to lose weight, you should make whole foods your main dietary choices. White potatoes, sweet potatoes, fruits, vegetables, oatmeal, rice, quinoa, grits, chicken, seafood, turkey, beef, eggs, nuts, seeds, beans, lentils, popcorn, the kind you pop yourself on the stove from the raw kernels. The bottom line. The thing is, you don't have to starve yourself to lose weight. You can still eat, and along with portion control, you need to get in the habit of eating whole foods. The idea is that eating mostly whole foods will keep you fuller so that you eat less. They also help us not overheat, which is why we gain weight in the first place. Whole foods are also more nutrient-dense. This helps with weight loss because the body functions and metabolism work more efficiently and effectively. When I stopped eating so much junk food and ultra-processed food, I was able to lose weight so much easier. Now, I make sure that I'm eating at least 80% whole foods and about 15% healthy processed foods. Then, of course, I still like my treats, so the other 5% covers occasional junk and ultra-processed foods. Everything in moderation, right? That is how I do it. End of story.